Thank you for calling Invacare Customer Services. Please note that your call may be recorded for training purposes. Press 1 for all products except mobility. Press 2 for mobility products. Press 3 for any technical inquiries or returns.
Hello, Rachel. My name is Harry. I'm struggling with my casters. Is there anybody I can speak to about that?
Have we spoken to you previously? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, have we spoken to you previously about this caster issue?
Yeah, I've had this caster problem since 2004, which is 21 years.
Yeah, we've had lots of conversations with you on these casters, haven't we?
I don't know. I'm trying to have a conversation now, but it doesn't seem like anybody's interested in speaking to me. Should I write?
Last time I spoke with you, you wanted to go through a company and have the wheels fitted with, what's the word? You wanted them weighed, you were going to have...
I've done that. I've just spent £500 having these Invacare wheels assessed by professional laboratories, and they say they're unstable.
Okay.
And I'm supposed to use...
I'll take through to my manager now. Bear with me.
Yes. Oh, hi, it's Harry speaking.
Harry, how's it going? I spoke to you a couple of weeks ago.
I'm struggling with my bearings. I sent the Invacare casters to a laboratory in Bristol and one up in the Wirral, and the one in Bristol put some balancing on it, but it comes back even worse. And the one up in Liverpool says that because the casters are made from plastic, they deform when they are rotating, and they said you should use some aluminium ones. So I bought some aluminium ones, but I can't get matching bearing. I can't get the right bearings to match it.
I'm sorry to stop you there. How were you expecting me help you there now? You were going above and beyond. You're using the product in a way it shouldn't be used. You're trying to put third-party spares on it. I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Well, I understand, but the problem is that the laboratories say that it shouldn't have plastic wheels on it.
Well, our engineers and R&D people will disagree with that. And
how can I get that?
All ISO standards.
How can I have it? How can I get those people to put the information in writing?
What people?
The people you referred to. The people who are going to disagree.
I'm telling you now, I am disagreeing. I will put it in writing. You have told me you are using our product above and beyond what it's designed for. You have just told me you were putting third-party spares on it.
Well, I have to put a third party on because the engineers tell me that it's not been properly...
I also told you that your chair had a lifetime expectancy of 5 years. Your chair has superseded that. My advice is, using the chair above and beyond what it's designed for, it ain't going to last 5 years. I think you need to start looking for a new chair.
Well, that's exactly what I'm doing.
You less than £500.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm trying to find casters that are actually going to work.
Chair or on a different chair?
It doesn't matter what chair, on any chair.
Okay. It don't matter to me because I can't help you if you're going to say you're putting them on this chair.
Well, I can put them on any chair. At least it's got to be a wheelchair somewhere on this planet that hasn't got wobbly casters.
There is, you are correct.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get casters that don't wobble. And they shouldn't be, apparently, according to this laboratory up in Liverpool, or Wirral or wherever, North Wales, then they should not be made out of plastic. Because the plastic deforms when they rotate.
Plastic do deform when they rotate, yes, and that can be looked at as a bad thing, or it can be looked at a good thing, as a good way. There is two sides to everything.
Right. Well, anyway, the people up in Wirral suggested I use something like aluminium, and I got these aluminium ones, but I can't get the right.
Marry the bearings up. Yeah, that's a problem that would come when somebody's trying to buy and fit third-party spares to a particular product.
Yeah, I can't even test it unless I got the bearings in.
Yeah. Even if you get everything correct there, I don't know if the holes in your frames are elongated. If they are, the cast housing pot's not going to be 90 degrees to the floor. Yeah, it's going to wobble.
Well,
you need to go to a reputable Invacare, either back to the NHS or to a dealer, Invacare dealer.
Okay, thank you very much for helping me.
Wait a minute, one more question. I need the serial number of your chair, please, if I can.
It's got 2 serial numbers.
Yeah, do you know what they are?
One moment, please. How am I going to find that information? Hang on. I'm looking in my folder. Casters? It's not the casters. Okay, so not the casters. Is it the DVLA? Number plate. The problem is I've got so many things, I can't find it. Oh, where is it? Scrolling. Oh, here we go. So one of them is 0509. 1830. 3807.
Yeah, and what's the other one then?
Hold on. So it looks like it is 12 kilo 0.
Sorry, say that again.
12 kilo, K for kilo. 05 007 062.
Okay. Great stuff. I need them because obviously after I spoke to you last time, I don't know if you spoke to anyone in the NHS, but one NHS person has contacted our MD, and my MD has come back to me, asking all of my team, who have you made contact, who's been speaking to you, what was the conversation regarding, and they've asked the next time you call if we can get the serial numbers.
Those are the original one was for 2012, and that was given to me by Westminster Wheelchair Service in 2012.
Bear with me. That's the original, right? Let me make some notes.
Right.
Westminster, you said, yes?
Yes, and then I think that was CLCH was running the service then. Central London.
CLCH.
Something like Central London, something or other.
Okay.
And then they've got taken over by AJM. And when AJM came along, they replaced my 2012 frame with a 2009 frame.
Okay. That doesn't matter to me as long as I got the serial numbers.
And then
we can trace everything from there.
Just to be clear, and then the frame kept breaking. I welded it together about 12 times, and eventually, the only people who would do.
Let me interrupt you there. Sorry for interrupting you. I'm quite bad at that, I know. Our people will say the frame should not have been rewelded. It should have been replaced.
Exactly, but how much? If I'm in the middle of nowhere, like for example, I was in the south of Portugal, and they told me that the only people who can fix it are the people in the north of Portugal, and they needed my wheelchair for 2 weeks to take it away, repair it, and send it back.
Are you in Portugal now?
No, I'm not. I'm in Wales. I'm in Brecon.
Are you? Ah, right, okay.
And so basically what happened was that I can't be without my wheelchair because it's very special to me. So
Yeah.
that's why I ended up getting it welded up together. Another time I was in the Azores, on one of those little islands in the Azores, and the local person had to weld it together. There was nobody in one of those islands that was an Invacare dealer. The problem is this, is that I have a brain injury. I cannot make insurance claims against the airlines. When I go to the NHS, it was a AJM, and it was before them. Then it was Opcare from Harrow. They just wouldn't.
Yeah.
They just wouldn't replace the parts. That is why I ended up with a frame that was welded 12 times. Then I was
Sorry, Peter, I can interrupt you again. What reason did they give for not wanting to replace the parts?
I don't know. They were just bureaucratic and difficult. I couldn't work it out myself. I told them this part has to be replaced or this part had to be replaced, and they wouldn't do it. Now, eventually what happened was NRS had a computer virus, and they had, and all of a sudden had a virus, and then decided because they had a virus they could fix my wheelchair. So eventually I had my whole frame replaced by NRS. So then I got that. Then it was all sorted out. It was this year they replaced the whole frame, left frame, right frame, cross frame, the whole lot. Put the whole new frame in, and so I got basically a new wheelchair.
Would it be easier and quicker to give you a new chair?
Well, can I explain to you why that wasn't happening?
Why?
Right, and also, what happened was when they designed this particular chair, it was what they did was they. I'm going to try and say this slowly because it's difficult for me to get the right words. I needed a chair without caster flutter, and so what they did is that they used the 2000 frame had the caster stem bolt housings from 2011. It had the bearing system whereby you can tighten up the stem bolt so it makes the turn of those casters a lot stiffer. And so I understand that the problem there is that you can't get an accurate torque setting on that to make it stiff enough. And that's why that design was gotten rid of. But the
So here's my theory, right? I'm interrupting you again. You needed them stiffer because you didn't want them to wobble.
Exactly.
That's the pro. The con is you can't turn now when you manually maneuver in your house.
It's a little bit stiffer, but it's not impossible.
Yeah, but there's my theory. There's always a pro, there's always a con, right?
But I'm much more interested in the pro because I'm more of an outdoor type of person.
Okay, well I would say to that you got the wrong chair.
And then the reason that they replaced the frame in 2017 is because they couldn't get the correct the stem bolt bearings kept breaking because they were constantly being over tightened. Then in 2017,
they will.
Exactly, there you go. So, but then in 2017, the reason that they put a second-hand frame in the wheelchair was because the second-hand frame had the old caster stem bolt housing design, and that's why they chose to use an old frame. Does that make sense?
I understand, but they didn't need to change the frame, they only need to change the cast housing pot, because the cast housing pot, whether it had the fork stem bearings in it or not, the pot stayed the same on the fitting, stayed the same on the frame.
Well, that's what AJM did in 2017. After that, the frame kept breaking, welded together about 12 times. Eventually, this year, NRS in Buckinghamshire replaced the whole frame.
So, Peter, what do you want from us now?
No, I'm still got this problem with the casters wobbling all the time. I've had that.
Yeah, but your casters fluttering is when you go in using the chair above and beyond what it's designed for.
Well, what can I do? I can't. If I'm going down a hill, what am I supposed to do? And the casters start fluttering all of a sudden.
When you go down a hill, the advice we would give is make sure you go in no more than 3.6 miles per hour.
But I don't even go that speed on the level. I'm always going like a lot more than that.
Well, I know, but these chairs are designed for a maximum speed of 4 miles per hour, walking pace.
But I've never done that. But I've never done that ever.
Well, again, you got the wrong chair.
Well, exactly. But what am I supposed to do?
You have to buy a chair to suit your needs.
But it doesn't exist. That's why I'm having one specially built.
Okay.
That's what I'm working on, but it's taking forever.
Yeah, I hope it works when you get it.
Well, exactly. It should work. Where I'm basing it on some Invacare prototypes from Zurich. But it's a terribly long
You
job.
know what, right?
Hmm?
So for me, from what I'm hearing, look, I don't want to be rude. I will try to help you as much as we can. With the chair you got, I cannot help you. You are wanting that chair to do above and beyond what it's designed for. My advice is, you need a new chair. Hopefully you can find one that will suit what you need.
I can't. I can't. I'm not joking. I went to Portugal.
So I can't. How can I help you? The chairs you got, you're asking them to do above and beyond what you want, what you need, and there is no chair to suit your needs. So please tell me, how now can I help you?
Well, I don't know. I'm just working on these wheels I got off Amazon and trying to get bearings in them, and I don't know where to go.
When you told me last time you got a user manual, if you read that user manual, it clearly states you should not be using third-party spares on our product.
Well, I can't even get it.
Everything you have done, everything you're doing has contravened ISO standards, CE marking, blah 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 blah.
Well, I accept that, but I got to get rid of the caster wobble somehow.
But you accept that, that's fine. I appreciate you do accept that. I know you accept it. I know you're asking above and beyond of the product, but you now cannot ask us to help you.
Well, I don't know where to go to get these bearings put in these casters.
I don't know where you can go either. I have no idea where you can go to resolve your problems.
Clearly not to a wheelchair person.
I don't know of a wheelchair that can do that for you, mate.
No.
If I did, I would tell you and I'd try and point you. Look, write this name down. There's a company called RGK.
I've heard of them. They're near Birmingham.
I think they are in the Midlands. Look, I'm not saying they can build you a chair that can do the speeds you want, but hey, look, I don't know of a chair that can help you.
No. I'm building my one, but all I need is some help with the casters for the moment. That's it. Thank you very much.
Well, I would guess, I'm no engineer, I'm guessing you're going to have to try lots of different types until you find the one. Look, and it's not only down to the caster, it's down to the amount of trail that you have in the fork. Right, so you might have got the wheel already, but if the trail of the fork is too steep, too long, if the caster housing port is not 90 degrees to the floor, all of those things, the center of gravity, where the seat is on the frame, all of these things are going to have an impact on caster flutter, mate.
I know. I wish I could find somebody who could tune it all up properly.
Yeah, if I'd had the time, mate, I'd have a crack for you.
Oh, well, why don't I pay you on a private consultancy basis?
No, you can't, mate, you can't.
But Bridgend's not a stone's throw away.
No, I know that, I know. Look, it's a science, it's above my, but I do know if we were a chair where we got caster flutter, those are the things we would check for. Tire pressure, if they were pneumatic tires. You know, the speed of the chair, the center of gravity, the caster housing port, its angle. Because on the action, you know it's got 3 different settings, yes? It depends on what seat rake you got. If you've got a 0-degree rake, the caster port needs to be set in a specific way. If it's got a 3-degree seat rake, it needs to be set in another way. If it's got a 6-degree seat rake, it's got another way. That caster housing port has got 3 different settings.
Yeah, a middle, bottom and top.
If you put your caster wheel in the trail in position, put a set square up against it, is it 90 degrees to the floor?
Yeah.
Set it 90 degrees as if you're going to do a right turn. Is the caster wheel now 90 degrees to the floor? Yes or no?
it is. I've got a special set square to do that.
Okay,
And I put
okay,
something.
okay.
I put something else out.
That's fine.
Is that when I've got a fat 9-year-old granddaughter. When we're going along, she sits on my lap when we're going downhill, and with that extra weight on it, of her like on my lap, the caster flutter is eliminated.
Well, that tells me it's center of gravity, yeah?
Center of gravity.
Yeah, weight distribution.
The weight distribution is wrong.
Look, my advice is don't put your granddaughter on your lap, because if you go too fast with caster flutter, right, the casters could lock at 90 degrees the direction it's going, and then you've got a ejector seat.
Oh, I know that, but I'm very comfortable in this chair. I've been in it for since 2012, and it's got the fatter wheels on it, so I've not had.
Now there's another reason why you get caster flutter with speed. Having the wide profile wheels, 8x2, it's weight.
But it had the 8x2 on there, because when they had the thin ones on there, they kept getting stuck at 90 degrees and snapping.
Yeah. Okay. So you've tried everything, mate. I don't know what else I can help you.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for speaking with me. I'm just struggling to find somebody who can get the right casters in these things so I can test them. The right bearings in the caster so I can test them.
I don't know how you get the right bearings for that now, mate. Because I know what bearings you need to go over the shaft, but I don't know if you fit into your wheel. So it's a third-party spare. Can't help you. I don't want to be rude in any way, shape, or form. We try to help you, but you phone us a lot, and all of the discussions are about a non-related problem to an Invacare chair.
Aye. Well, I don't know who else to talk to.
I don't know either, but you must accept. You're speaking to me now about a product that you're asking to do above and beyond, and it's third-party spares. It's been welded. My advice is you need to get a new chair.
The problem is these days we don't have blokes with workshops anymore. They all seem to have disappeared.
Yeah, it's all because of the red tape, innit? That's why. It's all because of the red tape, mate.
Is it red tape that causes people with a lathe to close down their business?
Yeah, you are right, mate. I cannot disagree. It's a good job this country don't go to war again, because we're never going to win it. We can't make bugger all.
Where should I go? Should I go to China or something? Where's a country with lathes?
I don't know any manual wheelchair that will go the speeds you want it to go and perform well.
Wow.
What about those racing bikes? Have you tried one of them?
What's a racing bike?
Well, like if you watch the Paralympics, you see the disabled people racing around the track on them bikes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I spoke to a chap who does that kind of stuff. John something in 360s fabrication, your way somewhere, and he couldn't do anything for me because he said he couldn't get he had to something like setting up jigs or something like that he was on about, and
well, RGK, try them.
And then also the thing is that
there's another company, look, write this down again, there's another company in the US called Top End.
Top End, yeah.
Try them, mate. Those two companies make these wheelchairs for these Paralympic.
Yeah, I'm on the country roads. I'm on a very rough. I'm not on a track. I'm on a very rough surface.
Yeah. All the more reason why you might need bigger wheels on the front.
Yeah, that's right.
Speak to those people, right?
Well, thank you very much for your help. Is that Mr. Jones?
No worries, Harry, mate. I hope you get yourself sorted.
Are you Mr. Jones?
I am, yes. You spoke to me before.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Jones.
No worries, Harry, mate. No worries. Get yourself sorted, mate.
Thank you.
Ta-da.
Bye.